Hey, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and I'm all chipper and happy today. I'm feeling pretty good. Today's been a pretty great day, and hopefully yours has been as well, and I truly mean that. So hopefully you guys can join us over at twitch.tv/Skylent whenever I'm playing, so that you guys can actually jump in my matches with me and have a blast. But not for this genre. This is a genre that has been very excruciating to try streaming, to try covering, to try playing with other people. And at the same time, it's really cool to go to arcades and play, DDR, or I went to a VR arcade and played Beat Saber, Rock Band. I actually remember having birthday parties that were totally focused on playing Rock Band. I can gold star on the mic. I plan to get a drum set pretty soon, and so I can jam to that. It's good exercise. Fun stuff, okay? Like, rhythm games. Rhythm games are fun, you know? They're cute. But I got some issues with them, so I want to talk about why I don't really play them. However, before I do that, I actually did do a list video on the best mobile rhythm games. There's a lot of really interesting ones, and you're going to find some that are actually now built in arcades, such as Groove Coaster, things like that. Some really cool stuff, a lot of fun things that maybe have been glanced over, but I also have occasionally tried streaming stuff like OSU, or just OS, I guess is how you say it. But I just have some things I just kind of want to unravel to you, if that's okay. Can I just rant on why I don't really play rhythm games? Like, man, this one's hard. I could do a lot of these other rants a lot easier, but this one's hard because I actually, deep down inside, I really do love, I think, the feeling of playing rhythm games. In terms of exercise, right? So the drums on Rock Band, the learning experience of an entirely new game is really fun. So I actually will bounce around and kind of demo or try a lot of these different rhythm games. One of my favorites is actually right now I'm playing Cytus and Cytus 2 on my tablet, which I'm having a lot of fun with. And OS, it was interesting. It's different, right? And of course you have drums on Rock Band. There's DDR, which, by the way, you can't really play DDR with flip-flops. I almost died. But there's some that also, we're seeing new rhythm games that are doing some really innovative things, where it's almost like it's almost like it's not a rhythm game. It's really more of like an adventure game that has music incorporated. So yeah, you can have a music game that's not a rhythm game. Imagine that. And that's kind of the point I want to come up to, is that I feel that rhythm games and the rhythm niche and just like the whole genre is just really repetitive. It's just really played out. It's just been done before. And so that's first and foremost, as somebody who likes trying new things, yeah, I'm just not going to. You know, if they're like, there's only so many Guitar Heroes and Rock Band clones that I care to play. There's only so many Osu likes, I guess. Though Cytus is really fun because you do play with your thumbs. It's pretty interesting. There's only so many different kind of rhythm games, it seems. Well, no. There are some really cool ones. There are some cool ones. There's even some like shoot 'em up ones, which is pretty neat. I wanna play. I guess there's like shapes and grooves, or shapes and colors, or shapes and beats and shapes. I don't know. Some game out there that looks pretty cool. It's like a boss rush game. Regardless, there are some cool games out there. But generally, when you say rhythm games, oh my God, it's like we all kind of have this image of a game in our head, and so many of them are so similar, so similar. So first off, yeah, you know that's kind of, I don't care about them. But see, people who do play them, they do play them and they do love them. They do enjoy them. And I have to say, whenever I'm playing a game that is physically intensive, such as, I would say, singing is a very unique aspect to rhythm games that a lot of people don't try, which you really should. I didn't even sing before I played Rock Band. I sucked, but since I love gaming and I love being competitive, well, I did it until I gold star them bitches. But you know, as a game, singing is a very fun experience. Drumming is a very fun experience, and DDR, a lot of people really love it. Me as a flip-flop boy, though, had some issues, but maybe we'll try again soon. So that's all neat and dandy. But when it comes to just generally the idea of rhythm games, I think the first thing that really hits me hard is that it's a game that should be more engrossing, I think. You know, a lot of the time they just kind of throw a lot of notes at you. And in rhythm games, it's called beat maps. Basically, it's going to be the order and the way that notes fall at you. It causes you to play differently. So it's not just memorization. You also, to an extent, especially with games like DDR and Rock Band drums, you have to kind of memorize or your orientation of when and where, and then you have to be kind of creative because the game just tells you what button to press when, but like how you actually hold your arms or how you hold your body, that is mechanically your player expression. You know, are you going to be twisting to the right or are you going to be twisted to the left? Is your front foot going to be forward? Are you going to hit the right button with your left foot and then, you know, press the up button with your right foot? A lot of complex things, especially with DDR, that allows you to be very expressive as a player. And I would even say Beat Saber as well. Beat Saber is a fantastic example of being player expressive physically. So beat games, rhythm games, music games in that vein really should push for more player expression. If it's a score system with a whammy bar where, you know, the more you press, the more you do, then the better you do, but you still have to press certain things in certain orders at certain times. Sure, I get that, and that's fantastic. You know, that was a good start for Rock Band and Guitar Hero, but I definitely would like more. So, yeah, you know, face value, rhythm games are cool as exercise, as a way to be physically engaged with the game, but in the end, as a game, it's still kind of boring because not only are a lot of these games very similar, but they also, like, a lot of the beat maps are the same, and then even if you are, you know, to play these games, they're about memorization, you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And there's nothing wrong with speed running or playing games like that in general. It's not just rhythm games where you do that. In MOBAs, you know, I play League of Legends a lot. The first 5 minutes is like identical every game for me personally in my rotation. But for rhythm games, it really just does seem a little bit stagnant, and I just wish there was more player expression within that. But also, not only that, not only is the game really kind of about memorization to get the high score, here's my big issue with rhythm games. And it's that to even begin to play rhythm games, most of the time, you have to memorize the game. I mean, the mechanics themselves are generally very simple, very easy, but the maps themselves, the entire point and purpose of the game is that you're memorizing, you know, who has memorized the buttons the best. Now, that's not always the case. Again, with DDR, Guitar Hero, and the Rock Band drums, like Beat Saber as well, you definitely need mechanics, you need physique, you need to actually have technique. So that goes above and beyond. Those games kind of get a pass. But to just kind of get into these games, like, you have to fail over and over and over again to things that you can't see coming. And so let's quickly talk about that. A big reason why I don't like OS is because it is almost impossible to really read the beat map as you're learning it for the first time. And in a lot of these games that have easy modes or, you know, medium to hard to expert, really the true version is the hardest version, expert, and everything else is either boring or it's kind of half-hearted or it's really like totally different notes. Or it's like on different rhythms or something. So to really play the game, it's a really awkward learning experience. It's not only just hard, it's an awkward learning experience. Where for me, a lot of the really best rhythm games are fun to learn them. I really did like Citus. Actually, if you just go look to my mobile list, there's a bunch of those where I say, hey, learning this game was extremely fun. And one that I had a lot of fun with the beat maps was a game called Voez. Voez was my number one at the time. So good, such a good game that I really appreciated. So yeah, I get though that a lot of these games, you know, everyone has biases because their favorite songs are in it, or sometimes just being good at a game feels really good. So a rhythm game about memorization where you can just crunch those colors, it can feel really good, especially if it is a physics-based one. But I have to say, for me personally, I just want more out of my rhythm game genre. I would love to play a game like OS if it was better, easier read. Actually, I have to say that even ones that I've been complimenting, such as actually, well, this is the whole reason why I don't really play the genre, but even, you know, Beat Saber. Beat Saber is a game that is so cool, and every time I talk about it, I'm like, hey guys, the best VR games are super hot in Beat Saber. You know, I promote it, I talk about it, but Beat Saber, because of its viewpoint, makes it extremely hard to see the notes coming, to see the beat map. You see basically like a couple notes in front of you. There's even entire portions of songs where they'll just completely cloud your vision. You literally cannot see what's coming next. So as a new player, or as a gamer period, or even if you really have learned the song and you just need to keep with the rhythm, unless you've totally memorized it, you will probably fuck up. And that's just not cool. That's like if Mario was just absolutely filled with hidden blocks over jumps. By the way, there's a fan-made version of Mario that does exactly that, and that is a prime example of bad game design. Rhythm games inherently are filled cancerously with tumorous concepts of game design. And for me, that kind of sucks because I really like the ideas of the genre. I think there can be so much innovation. Again, I've gold starred all the singing songs on Rock Band. I will be buying a drum set for the drums for Rock Band. I love Beat Saber. I did a top 10 on mobile, rhythm games. Voez was my number 1. I love Sidus 2. It's on my tablet right now. I can say those things, but I just hardly ever really touch these games, which I nostalgically look back to it with so much love and fondness, but I don't play them anymore really because I feel like I can't. I feel like I just don't have the ability to just jump in and play, and that's what I want. I don't have the ability to just share these kind of games with people. I can share them, I can tell them about it, but most people won't grasp these concepts. Most people won't understand these games. And even if they love and adore the genre like I do, it's just such a passing affair. It is just so quick and not clean, and then it's cut and it's done. And that feels really bad. Unless you commit. And even then, I just feel that the effort to reward ratio is not worth it, which is what most people think in the end, which is why the entire genre is niche and why it's really fallen behind. I mean, Beat Saber is a resurgence, Rock Band was a resurgence, and DDR before that was a resurgence. And even then, a lot of people have kind of had a little bit of fun with, I would say, OS, but you notice that the rhythm games that are really, really big and really, really cool are the ones that are the most mechanically intensive and player expressive. And with OS, even because it has the mouse and the freedom of that, it's really expressive. But again, OS and Beat Saber both make it very hard to learn those games. So yeah, as somebody who jumps from game to game, that's basically why I don't play rhythm games. I'm inherently very talented. I'm good at things like this. I should be able to just have fun. And I just feel like the games are a little rough around the edges for new players. Rock Band does a fan-fucking-tastic job. I really wish Rock Band didn't sell out to Beatles and stuff like that. I really wish Rock Band didn't try to do sequel games and instead just did one game with DLC, which is what they kind of got with the newest Rock Band. That's pretty cool. But, I just wish for more for the rhythm game genre, which is cool that it's going in totally different directions with these adventure games that are incorporating rhythm mechanics. You do have like roguelites like Necro Dancer. You do have some cool things out there that's not just pure, musical rhythm games or musician rhythm games out there, which I will be going and exploring and playing those mostly. In the end, though, what I gotta say is if you want to have a fun game as a passing, new experience, I can recommend a couple. Like I already said, click the link in the description for the mobile list. Voez is really cool. Rock Band is still really awesome, though extremely prohibitive in terms of money. And I gotta say, Beat Saber, if you get the chance, it's pretty neat. It's a neat gimmick, but actually playing it, it's hard to learn. So play on the easier songs, you can have fun. That's it. That's pretty much it, guys. I wish I could talk more. I wish I could cover those games more. But in the end, they're just not up to my standards anymore. That's what I gotta say. Much love. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, though. Keep the hype alive, and I'll see you again next time.